Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and I'm bringing you a design team project for Maymay Made It. I'm going to be making a fall thank you card, so let's get started. I'm using the fall stitched up stamp set, and you may have seen me use this in other projects. I'm going to be using this adorable pumpkin right here, and I'm also going to be using the thanks sentiment. You can't say thank you enough. So I thought with Thanksgiving coming up and it being the fall season, it would be super cute to make a card. I'm also going to be using some of my scrap pieces. Sometimes I only have like one sheet of paper, and I wanted to kind of use it and hopefully stretch it out a little bit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I also have some paper left over from the Echo Park paper pack, Celebrate Autumn. So I'm going to be using this as well. And someone sent me these really cute scallop circles. This is a 3-inch circle. I'm going to be using this as well to do some layering. I love when I can challenge myself to use some of my scraps or leftovers and create a really cute card. So let me go ahead and stamp this out because I want to color my pumpkin in a different color. I'm not using the traditional orange. Okay, so let's get a good stamp on that. I'm going to stamp this in the corner because I'm going to be cutting this out. Okay, it's a perfect stamp. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use some of my markers, and I thought when I looked at this paper, I said, you know what, my Tumbo markers actually match with those colors. So this is going to go really well. So I'm going to take this lighter color, just like a really soft beige color. I'm going to color in my pumpkin. I'm just going to go right around the edge here to make it darker. Okay, then I'm going to use this. This is a darker color. Can't really tell much, but it'll work. I'm just going to go right around the edge here just to make it even darker. And at first I wasn't really sure about this, but it actually works. Okay, then I'm going to take this green, just a hint of green, and look how closely that matches to that. And I'm going to do the stem with that green. So you could do whatever you want. There's no rules to your coloring. Whatever you like, you can do that. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it right in the middle with the thanks. So I want my message to go right there. And I'm going to stamp that in black. I love the font on this thanks. I love that cursive, so let's see if I can get it. It fits perfectly in there. Look at that. Just like that, perfect. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay, so this is all cut out, and look how adorable that is. So I'm going to be layering this on top of this scallop. So now that's a 3-inch scallop. I'm going to be using this 2-inch punch, and I'm trying to use every bit of paper. So I'm just going to do that and cut that out and put it in the center there. And I did do some embellishments in another video that was similar to this. This one's just going to be a little bit different though. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that right on there. Right in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and put this on here, but I want it to stand out just a little bit. So I'm going to add some dimension to it. Just like that. And so I'm kind of putting it off to the side. I don't want it to be like dead center. Just right off to the side there. Just a little bit. Okay, so now I want my tag to have a little bit of a border around it. So I'm just going to take another marker and put a dark border around it. Maybe I'll do it in a deep brown, even though you can't really see it that much. Now, normally you would do this before you start doing your tag. Do this at the beginning, before you add everything to it, but I'm just kind of going with the flow. And sometimes you think about something like after the fact. And that just gives it a little bit of something right around the edge there. I'm trying to be very careful because I went ahead and added everything on. So normally just go ahead and do this process before. And that just gives it just a tiny bit of inking around it, makes a difference. And I think it needs some green around there. Take my green and very carefully, just going around the edge here, just to add something else to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to add some color so it doesn't look too plain. And you could just stress around the corners if you want. And just adding that little bit of color around the border really helps. Just tiny bits of color. Just around the edges. Okay, so that's what we got. And so far it's coming together. Okay, I'm also going to add some of this on here too. Some of my jute twine. I think it kind of has that rustic kind of look to it. See how I want this since I'm going to add it to my card, so we'll see. Just going to cut it a little bit longer, and I might cut it down shorter. See how I want this to go. Something like that. Oh, you know what though? I want to add some of this to it. I almost forgot. I do want to add some ribbon to it. So let's see how I'm going to do this. Add another little, that burgundy looks really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten that up around there. Bring this around. And this is a great way to use up your super fine or your thin ribbon. Sometimes you're not sure what to do with it. Tie it this other way. I'm going to tighten everything up in a moment. And the nice thing is I'm going to probably end up cutting this even shorter on here. Let's see if I could do a bow on here. Let's see. All these little details, right? And let's see. I think jute twine is perfect for your fall crafting. It's got that nice little rough feel to it. I don't know, I just love it. Yep, so I can put a bow on there like that. I'm going to cut some stuff off and neaten this up a little bit too. And I'm going to cut this down as well. I think that's too long. Yeah, so don't be afraid to kind of experiment. If it looks too long, cut it shorter. If it's too wide, cut it smaller. Okay, look how cute that looks. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I'm just going to put that aside. Let me just show y'all how adorable that looks. So that's how you take, now you've made an embellishment, now we're just basically adding it to the card. It is an A2 size card and I need to cut my paper down. So this is going to be my outside border for my card. Just like that. So this is 5.5 and 4 1/4. So let me show you how I do that on camera here. I'm going to need to cut this down at least a 1/4 inch in. So that was 5.5. So I'm just coming in a 1/4 inch. And that will leave me with a nice border around my card so that brown really shows through. And then 4 1/4, I'm going to go down to 4 inches. So let's see if I did this right. Because I have not been known to make some mistakes with my measurements, but we'll work it out. So you see how that is? I just want that slight border right around the edge there. Just a little bit. Okay, but I also want to take my paper now, and I'm going to use, when you have scraps like this, you can use it and cover like a portion of it where you don't have to do the whole thing. You can cover the bottom half with it. So this card can come out either way. I can actually, let me just actually add this so you can see. Just want y'all to see the different styles you can do with this. Of course, I'm clogged up here. Okay, so I'm just going to add this on. Okay, just leaving a little bit right there. A little bit of a border there on there. Okay, so I can take this and just cut it down just a little bit. Now I could have cut this down before I added it, but that's okay. So I could use it horizontally or vertically. I could move it in the middle. That gives it a different look. And then add this on. Just showing y'all different ways to do this. Oh, that looks pretty. I can do it off to the side and have my card this way. And then add this on just right here, coming off the edge. So you don't have to cover the whole card with the decorative paper. You can cover parts of it. Just giving y'all ideas. I can actually, if I move that to the middle like that, and then put that on, now you've got a different look with your card. Or you move it on this side and have that on that side, a different look. So it all depends on what you want. I can do it like this. Put this on that side. All depends on what you want. So I like to give you different variations, but for now I'm really liking this off to the side here. Just going to bend that back just a little bit. And if you want to measure it, you can. I'm just going to kind of cut it. I'm going to cut it down right here on camera. I can get a good straight cut on that. Yep, oh, just slightly. Just off by a smidgen. So a good way to use up the paper. And you see how that's wrinkled? I'm still going to use it, because you're not going to really be able to see it because of that pattern on there. So from these little scraps, I can make a couple of these cards. Just challenge myself to use them up. Oh, this is some really sticky stuff here. Okay. And let's put that there off to the side. Just like that. And for me, I need just a slight bit of stitching on there, just starting right here. Okay, now just another thing that you can do, if you want, you can take this, and I could have gone around it, but I'm just showing you, could have gone around it on the outside just like that. I think that looks cute. Or you can do it this way, or you can do it across the bottom. It's just up to you. Just giving you another idea. And so now I'm going to pop this up on here. And I'll make sure I put all the details below for everything I used. For this paper right here, I'm not sure where it came from. I think it's absolutely adorable, but because it was sent to me in Happy Mail, like in one sheet, I wasn't sure how I was gonna use it. So, but I love pulling stuff from my stash and using it in projects. That way it didn't go to waste. It wasn't overlooked. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this off of here. And I've got my pokey tool somewhere around here. Go ahead and use that. I'm kind of a hands-on kind of person, but this is working fine for me. And I think some sequins look nice on here too, so I'm going to add those in as well. Okay. And I'm going to add this right here. Right there. How adorable that looks. Look at that. And I'll show you the other one that I did in a moment. Let me just, I'm going to take this pen. This is the Jelly Roll pen in Stardust. And I'm going to add some sparkle right around the edge there. And you just got to give this a moment to dry. So I love this pen. Adds a little bit of sparkle. You probably can't see that on camera. Let's see. Not sure if you can see that. Just adds a little bit of sparkle. So I love using that in my projects. All right, and let's go ahead and add some sequins to this. And this is one of those card ideas that once you get the format down, you can make a bunch of these. And you don't have to stick to the same color. You can use different colors. Okay, just reaching around for my quick stick tool. Okay. And let's put one down here. Put one over there. And I like these to be off kilter when I add these little sequins to it. I don't like I don't want them to be like perfect. Okay, so there we go. I'll have to get another one and add that on over here. Okay, so that is our card. Look how adorable that is. So now you've got a nice fall thank you card that looks unique. Here's my other one. So I'm going to use this paper as much as I can. Create a couple of these so I can send them out. Look how cute that is. And this paper I would not normally use. I wouldn't normally use this, but it works fine. You know, so if I wanted this to be sturdier, I would take another piece of cardstock and add it on the inside to make it sturdier. But this actually is fine the way it is. So I hope you like this idea. I am absolutely in love with this stamp set because you can do so much with it, and the fact that it has stitching on it, it's a win-win for me. So I hope this inspired you to make some thank you cards with the season coming up. This is the season of thankfulness. I hope you all go ahead and make some thank you cards and just send them out just because, right? So give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.